Folks, you've seen that awesome garden of Christopher Gregg's. The rose garden looks spectacular. However, he never used planting or underneath planting, as we know, as companion plants in the rose garden. Because it was very formal, it didn't lend itself to that. So he just had the roses with that lovely thick layer of mulch. Now, if you don't want to use a thick layer of mulch and you want to use a bit of zing to it and add a bit of color, well then here's some great plants that you can use, what we call companion plants. In other words, they like living together. They enjoy being underneath roses, they enjoy getting the same amount of water, and generally they just spunk up your rose garden. So let's take a look at what we've got. Now, you always hear me going on about grey. Grey is so important because look, as I put it next to another plant, pow, color just shoots out like a rocket. This is called a cineraria, or sometimes known as dusty miller. Beautiful gray leafed, loves growing all year round. Don't let this baby flower. It gets like an insignificant little yellow flower. But whatever you do, when you see the flowers starting to come out, break it off. Because as soon as you let it flower, all the energy then starts going into the flower and the leaves start looking really, really puff. So cut away the little flower buds and it'll keep this gorgeous grey foliage all year round for you. Looks fantastic and really works just as little punches underneath your rose garden. Now, other guys to use are these beautiful little peeps. These are called verbenas. Verbenas, it's a ground cover. Each plant's going to get about 90 centimeters. That's way big, hey? That wide. So don't plant them too close together. You get them many different colors. There's this beautiful salmon, white. You get them in an electric purple and also bright, bright pinks. So no matter what your color taste is, there'll always be a color for you to use. I love these little guys, salvias. Now, you get many different types of salvias. This you can buy in little packs, 6-packs at your local garden center, and they give you bangs of color. It's a perennial, so it's actually going to go on and on and on. When it starts looking a bit scraggly, prune it back, add a bit of compost, good organic fertilizer around it, and bang, away it goes again. And of course, we can't discount these little babies. The common daisy. I know it's as common as mud. But you know what, folks? Bang for your buck, value for money. Throw 1 or 2 daisy plants, the new little dwarf hybrids in and amongst your rose garden, and you are going to have years and years of glorious, glorious flowers. And then, of course, there's one of these. I mean, look at that. Isn't it delicious? This is an Inca lily, an Alstroemeria. It's one of the new hybrids, which means it's got better growth. It's more compact. It stays together. It doesn't fall over when it starts flowering, and it flowers more for you. Remember, when you pick an Inca lily, if you want to pick them for the vase because they last beautifully, you just grab it by the stem and pull it. That's how you pick it. And then you strip off some of the leaves at the bottom and pop it into the vase, and that's how you do it. You don't prune them, you simply just yank it out. As you do that, you actually encourage more growth. So folks, these available in beautiful colors as well. Plant them, enjoy them. There are so many wonderful plants that you can use in and around your rose garden. Also things like the little lobelias, which just add bursts of color, and of course our little indigenous Nemesias. You will find all of these at your local garden center, whether they're in slightly bigger bags or smaller bags or in little 6-packs. Go out, put them into your rose garden and enjoy it.